Hey, third graders. Our lesson today, lesson 17, is more word problems. But instead of doing something out of our book today, you're going to have some regular homework that's attached. But I wanted to go back through your student journal and make you aware of some things that are in here that you can use to become a better mathematician. So if you look on page 77, you're going to see these check sheets. Now this says check sheet 5 because there are 4 other ones that are in your book leading up to this page. And what they are, this would be something that your parents or an older brother or sister would have in front of them, and they would read the multiplication problems to you. They have the answer, so they're looking for you to give them the correct answer. So those are check sheets. These are on ones and zeros because that's the most recent fact that we've learned. But back in your book, you're going to find them for all the other facts that we learned. So for example, page 57, check sheet number 4, has 3s and 4s, multiplication and division. So this is something that a grown-up can help you with to practice your facts. So I go back to page 77 where we started. I want to draw your attention to some games. Okay, on page 81, there's a multiplication 3 in a row game. It's using those strategy cards that you should have already cut out. On the back is division race, and there are instructions for that. Again, using those strategy cards. The cool thing is that those game boards for each of the games is right here in your math journal. So to play multiplication 3 in a row, you need this game board. To play division race, you're going to use the game board that's on the back. Okay, so you can rip them out, you can leave them in your book, whatever your family and you decide to do, but it's a way for you to work on your multiplication and division facts, all right? Another thing for you to be able to challenge yourself, right? We talked recently about using that muscle in our brain, right? We want to make it stronger by challenging ourselves. We don't want to just do the same things over and over. We want to do things that are a little bit hard for us because that makes our brain stronger. These dashes are like you racing to get the right product or the right quotient, depending if you're doing multiplication or division. You can time yourself if you want. You don't have to time yourself, but you want to get them done as quickly as you can. Then you can go back to page 89 to check your answers, or someone could check them for you. So maybe you want to do this dash on a Monday, and this one on a Tuesday, and Wednesday, and Thursday, however you want to do it. But it's challenging yourself. And you don't even have to write the answers in your book. You could just use a whiteboard so that you could use the same dashes over and over. Okay, there's lots of them. Because this is the end of the unit, right? We're getting ready to take our first unit test in the next week or so, and we'll talk more about that. But this is a way you can get yourself ready. We want you to be able to recall your multiplication and division facts as quickly as you can, so that it will make it go faster when you're working on your word problems, right? We want it to come to you pretty quickly, and we're hoping that by Christmas time you'll have most of them memorized. Now, we talked about different types of word problems. I want to draw your attention to the back of your math journal. There's all kinds of good information in the very back. So after the last page, you're going to notice the pages start now with the letter S, and that just means student. There's all kinds of information back here for you to use as a reference. Okay, one thing I want to point out is on page S7, these are those problem types for multiplication and division. I know it looks like a lot of information, but you know what? You already know this. Look at this. This is equal groups. You know what equal groups are. Hey, you might draw a picture like this when you're trying to find the product. You might draw a picture just like this when they give you the total, but you're trying to figure out how many is inside each of those groups. So they give you the groups, but you don't know how big they are. And then the next one, you know how big the groups are, but you don't know how many groups. So at the top is a word problem. Here's the math drawing that would match it, and then the equations at the bottom. You do this every day. You already know how to do that. Those are equal group drawings. If I turn it over to the back, you're going to see the other types of drawings you've been working on. Here are arrays. Again, when we don't know the product, so we're trying to find the total. The next two, we do have the total. But in this one, we're missing how many are in a row. Over here, we know how many are in a row. We're trying to figure out how many rows there are. So just like on the previous page, word problem, they're showing you the drawing, and they're showing you the solutions, right? How to write equations for that. The last kind of word problem we worked on recently is area. Remember, that's the amount on the inside. So again, they give you a problem, they show you a matching picture, and then they show you the equations. Okay, so remember that these are in the back of your book. If you know what type of problem it is, it's going to be a little easier for you to draw your picture to create your equation. So today, there's no new lesson because you've really learned a lot of things up to this point, but now it's your turn to show what you know, right? How well can you do this on your own? I want you to be thinking about these different problem types as you work on your homework for today. All right, give it your best shot. Try your best. Grow that brain muscle. Make it stronger by challenging yourself.